Hi guys. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to use pymongo. First thing we have to do is we have to create an account on Mongodb actually, and um, and after we create an account on Mongodb, then we're gonna create a database. And I'm also gonna teach you how to not only just create it in your local machine, but share your network everywhere. Like Yeah, because if you're gonna use Roku and stuff like that, you would need it to go everywhere instead of just in your local machine. So the first thing we're gonna do is search up this MongoDB. Okay, when you search MongoDB, the next thing you're gonna do is you're going to make an account. So you're gonna what you're gonna do is you're gonna start free or something like that. Yes. Let's see. So what you're going to do is you're going to create an account. You can say whatever company you want here. Like for me, I'm not going to do that. So you're going to make an account. Okay, and you make a password. And let's see if this works because I'm so you just have to create an account. Okay. Okay. I have the slowest internet in the world. And the next thing is you're going to choose which plan you want. Obviously, if you're not the type of person who wants to pay, like me, you just create a cluster that's free. And wherever country you're in, you can do. For me, I use Virginia, North America, because not only is it recommended, but I live in America, so I'm going to use that. And the next thing you do is you create a cluster name, right? If you don't want your name to be cluster 0, you just call it cluster name. No, you call it anything you want. Call it we're gonna call it new DB. So we're gonna call it create cluster. After you create your cluster, as we wait for it to load, the next thing you do is when you want your connection, while we wait it to load, obviously, what you want to do next is you want to have the connection. So you go to network access and you add an IP address as a whitelist. So if you want add your current IP address so that you won't allow access everywhere, you click on add current IP address and you click on confirm. But for people who want to allow access anywhere, you just do this and you click confirm. And it will take a while, but once it loads, it will say it's allowed over here. So it's going to take a little bit of time. See if our cluster was created. Obviously, it's still being created, and the network access is still being pending. Okay, so right now it shows that it's active. So that means you'll be able to connect everywhere now that is active. So let's look at our clusters. Good. Our cluster has been made, and now what you want to do is you want to create a collection. So you can go on collections. Since we have no collections to create a database, you want to add your own data here, or you can load a data set. So I'm going to add my own data. We're going to call this database L. You can call it whatever, maybe test or something, but we're going to call it database. We're going to call it database L. Then our collection name is probably going to be new. Create. Now we have our database and our our, our collection is already called new. Um, okay. Okay, so after you have created your collection and database and stuff like that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to import pymongo, because that's what we're going to be using. So we're using Python. Then you're going to, from pymongo, import mongo client. You don't have to necessarily do that, but we're going to do that for the sake because we're going to use that Mongo client to put in our link and stuff like that. So we're going to do it. I'm going to say client.command, and we're going to just go like create a command. Let's create it and call it, yeah, let's just call it ping, I guess. We can just call it ping1. Inside of it, we're going to pass in ctx. Oh, I forgot about async def, of course. Okay. Now, the next thing you're going to do, because in the bottom you're going to await. We're going to have this be awaited. So we're going to do this ahead of time because it's just easier. So we're going to say that ping has been registered. So the good question is, how are you going to put in like guild ID, or like how are you going to put in like, the author ID? So what I like to do is I like to put in the ID as the author ID, or like the member ID, which for some people that might be annoying. So we're not going to put ID, but if you want to, I'll show you what that means. First thing, we're going to say ping. Wait, no. What we're going to do is actually, before we start it, we have to get our database. So, like, what I like to do is do something like this: Mongo URL is equal to this link right here. We're going to go in clusters, and after you have selected a network access, what you want to do is you want to click on connect, like I did so, and then like you click on connect, and then you'll connect your application. But before that, because I already have a user, you have to create a user. You just put in the username and the password, and then after you're done, you would click create Mongodb thing right here, because there'll be like this button before you click on this. If not, it's going to tell you that you have not created security. So after you have done that, you have to connect your application. Now, if you're using MongoDB Compass, like if you downloaded it, you would say I have a MongoDB Compass, and you would just copy the link, or you would just download right here if you don't have it, because it's much simpler. Right now I'm just going to make things easy by using connect your application up here. And so what you're going to do is you're going to use Python, and you're going to choose the version you have, and then you're going to copy. So Now we're going to go back here, and we're just going to copy that link right here. Okay? I like to call it Mongo URL. And the next thing you're going to say is cluster is equal to Mongo client, and you're going to say Mongo URL. Then you're going to say db is equal to cluster, and how we're going to find this is when you go into your collections, the name is called database L. That's the database name. So what you have to do here is you put in database L, then you're going to say your collection, or whatever name you want here. You're going to say collection is equal to db, db new. Yeah. So that's what you're going to equal it to. After you have done that, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to insert. So to insert, you can do something like this. Let's say we're going to call it ping command right here. So pcm, ping cm. I'm going to say ping cm, and we're going to use these curly brackets. And since we're not going to create ID, and I'll show you what it means to create an ID, by the way, we're going to say ping command equals, I'm going to call it command, and then we're going to equal it to 1, right? That's just to register it inside of there. After that, I'm going to say collection dot insert. Insert 1 is basically to insert the document into the database. You're going to insert 1. If you wanted to insert like multi, then you would say insert many. So collection dot insert 1, and we're going to say ping cm. After you insert it, it will await the message. Okay, so now that it's done, how we're going to test this, we're going to go into our Discord right here. It's the bot created already, and our command was called ping1, I believe, and so our prefix was an exclamation point, and now we type in ping1, and it's going to say ping has registered, just like it said right here, and watch this. Ready? Bingo! It has been registered inside the database. Okay, so now that we know that it works, let me tell you how you can get guild ID, author ID, and all that jazz into it. So, the next thing you want to do is you want to say, we don't have to do it this way, you could have just done ctx dot, author ID, but I like to make it simpler, so I'm going to say author ID is equal to ctx dot author dot ID. And what we're going to do is insert another thing here. We're going to say, we're going to obviously create a new one. I'll show you what it means to do author ID in the ID, which actually, that's what we're going to do. So, I'm going to say ping command. I love to just like repeat everything and just make it much simpler. So, we're going to say ID here is equal to author ID guild ID, guild ID is equal to, that's what we're going to create over here, guild ID is equal to ctx.guild ID, then you say ID in here, and let's say you wanted to give them like, you know, I don't know, the numbers are like, maybe we wanted XP or something, is equal to 1 or 0, right? So here we're going to say XP and 0, right? And so you're gonna, this time we're gonna insert ping CMM, not ping CM, because that's the first one, and ping CMM, this is the second one, so we can insert this in the database. Okay, so get in here, and we're gonna say ping 1. Okay, and we're gonna check in here and see if it worked here. Bingo! You see? ID has been registered, guild ID has been registered, and the XP has been registered. And the weird thing about this is that once you register it, you can't actually delete it. I have tried it. So if you're gonna have trouble, you're just gonna have to like delete it, and delete not the database, but delete this collection. Remake it if you want to delete someone from it. That's the only downside of making the ID as the person's ID. Okay, so after we have registered everything, let's say you wanted to update. Let's say you wanted to add like the level. Well, for simplicity's sake, we're just going to remove all these. It's already been registered, so whether you remove it from here, it doesn't like delete anything. It's still in the database regardless. So we're going to say ping CMM is equal to ID R3 ID. And so we're not going to insert when you want to update, like however you want to update. When you create a new command or something and you want to update, just like for a leveling system or something. So what you're going to do is you're going to say collection dot find, and you're going to find ping CM inside, you know, because you're going to find this author ID inside the database, the document I mean. And then so you're going to say, after you find it, you want to update it. So collection dot update 1, you have to update 1 because you're going to update 1, like if you're the one typing the command, it's going to update for you. If you wanted to update, they have like update many. And so when you update 1, you'll first have the assignment. So you're going to assign it to the author ID. Then you want to set, because you're adding a new. You can also update an existing, which I'll show you what that means. You're going to update, you're going to set, you're going to set, let's say you wanted to add level or something, and you're going to add this in here. It's going to call, we're going to call it level 1 in here. After this, it's going to wait, and instead of ping has been registered, let's change it to it has been updated, so we can see if it's been updated. Actually, we want to change this to update, I think. Yeah, because update one might not work. So, yeah. Okay, cancel build here. Like we do with Sublime. Okay, and see if this works here. Okay, it says it has been updated, just like it says in here, has been updated. Okay. See if it has actually updated anything. Bingo! See? It has updated. So that's basically essentially how you update. And so that's pretty much, how you get that working. But one thing I forgot to mention though is that here it says password, and so instead of like just having the thing say password, you want to put in your password, because if you just like do password and you run and you try the command, it's going to tell you an error. So let me show you what happens when you do that. Cancel build. So when you try to use the command, right, it's not going to work, and they're going to tell you that you have an authentication error because your password was incorrect. So yeah, that's why I make sure you don't forget to add in your password here. Yeah, and it was giving me this thing in the beginning. I feel like it's because it should say update 1. Make sure you put in update 1. If you get an error, just keep it as update, because for me it was showing error before, and for some odd reason, that's why I just had to change it to update. But do update 1, it's just much better, and it actually updates the document instead of being very confusing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully, I make more of these, and probably make like a level up video, because I've had used Mongodb to make leveling up in XP, and so if you kind of like want that, then just subscribe and like, comment, share, stuff like that, and it might help support me, and I might feel motivated to like make more videos and stuff. I do plan to make more videos, but I don't know. I probably would make it anyways without that, but like it would support me if you would like and subscribe. But yeah, if you want, like I said, if you want to make a leveling up where every time someone messages and stuff like that, oh, you have leveled up, MongoDB allows this, and it's not very difficult. So if you want help with this, yeah, just tune on to the next video, I guess. Okay, bye.